Jackie Lee Fernandez was arrested after forcibly entering her ex-husband's home and attacking the occupants. The incident occurred at around 10:30 p.m. on the 29th of March 2022, when 911 received a call regarding a disturbance at a home located in the 4700 block of Eden Lane in Wichita Falls, Texas. When officers arrived, they found two men and a woman arguing in the front yard, all with visible injuries. The man said that Jackie, his ex-wife, came over uninvited. He said she barged through the front door, and before he could even react, she ran up to him and punched him in the nose, and he fell to the floor. He said that she then got on top of him and began punching and scratching him over and over. He said that the female victim was in the bedroom contacting the police when Jackie heard her and rushed at her. The female said she was in a room on the bed with a 2-year-old girl, and Jackie stormed in and began scratching her and swinging her fists, and hit the baby on the forehead. When the toddler began to cry, Jackie left the room. The man told the deputies that Jackie had not lived with him since December of 2021 and had no belongings left in the house. Jackie was arrested and charged with burglary of a habitation with intent to commit another felony and was booked into the Wichita County Jail on a $25,000 bond. 26-year-old Jeremy Lee Durbin is behind bars after attacking his mother with a knife and trying to slit her throat. The incident occurred on the 19th of March 2022 when a motorist contacted 911 after picking up a woman who was walking along 8944 North Ridge Road in Milltown, Indiana, covered in blood from apparent stab wounds. Deputy Patrick Gallagher responded to the call and said he'll meet the caller and the woman at the intersection of State Road 66 and Baylor Road. When Patrick arrived, he identified the woman as Mary Durbin. She had suffered lacerations to her hands and neck. Mary told Patrick that her son, Jeremy Durbin, had inflicted the wounds at her home along North Ridge Road. He administered first aid until the paramedics arrived. He then transported her to the local hospital. Patrick and a couple of other officers then went to Mary's property to investigate the matter. Upon arrival, Patrick observed Jeremy inside the trailer on the property. He ordered him to come out. He appeared in the doorway of the residence, but then returned inside. Patrick approached the entrance with his gun drawn and ordered him to surrender. Jeremy reappeared at the doorway with a knife in his hand, and Patrick ordered him to drop the knife. Jeremy then made the sign of the cross before tossing the knife into the garden. Patrick then physically restrained him and took him into custody as officers collected evidence from the crime scene. On the 20th of March, Patrick spoke to Mary again about the events that led to the attack. She said that Jeremy had been following her around in the trailer all day. She said she asked him to help out around the trailer since he was staying there. He became upset and pushed her down and attempted to strangle her. She said he continued to hit her whenever she tried to get up. She said he then retrieved a knife from the kitchen and tried slicing her throat, which is how she sustained the lacerations to her hands and neck. She said that when she tried to use the phone, Jeremy broke it and threw it into the yard. She said she eventually escaped by running out the back door, jumping a fence and flagging down a passing car. Following his arrest, Jeremy was charged with attempted murder, criminal confinement, possession of marijuana, strangulation, domestic battery, aggravated battery, resisting law enforcement, intimidation and interfering with reporting crime. He's held at the Crawford County Jail without bond. On the 15th of March 2022, 43-year-old married man Epifanio Jimenez was arrested and charged with aggravated assault of a child. Epifanio, who went by the alias of Harley on his online profile, used dating apps to target mothers in order to meet their children so he could sexually abuse them. In one instance, Epifanio allegedly assaulted a 13-year-old girl who later told her high school counselor, who then referred the matter to the police. The girl told investigators that Epifanio drunkenly entered her room, yelled at her, told her that she didn't appreciate what he does for her, before pushing her onto the bed and raping her. Epifanio is held at the Montgomery County Jail on a $100,000 bond.